Green Wood-hoopoes nesting, week 1, after 7 days. This is the scene where it all takes place. On the left, the nest with 3 different entrance holes. The branch for bashing and eating prey, and a thicker branch for wiping the bill after eating the prey. The male arrives with a large spider for the female in the nest. She grabs the spider and flies out of the top hole. She flies to the thicker branch and tries to bash the spider on the branch. She attempts to swallow it, but it won't go down. So she spits it out and puts it on the branch to pound it some more. And then she finally gets it down her throat with much swallowing. She heads back to her nest to continue incubation. This time she enters in the top hole. This helper always tries to feed her at the bottom hole, but she is seldom at that hole. He gives up and he flies off, but she flies out of the top hole to get her food from him. This time it is a big fat white grub that she bashes on the thin branch where she eats most of her prey. Some quick bashing and then a quick swallow. Then she immediately goes back to her nest. Then a similar scene again. The helper tries the bottom hole. She flies out of the top hole and grabs the white grub from him and goes to the thin bashing branch and does her thing to soften it. While she flies off to the bigger branch, the male flies in with a large spider for her, but then he follows her. Meanwhile, she is bashing the grub on the branch before swallowing it. And the poor male waits patiently to give her the spider. He seems to have lost her because he goes back to the bottom nesting hole again. But no luck, she isn't there. He eventually finds her, and she grabs the spider from him, but drops it. Then she goes back to her nest. I have noticed that she flies out of the nesting cavity when they bring her large prey, but she takes more prey in the cavity without having to fly out and bash it on a branch. After eating, she wipes her beak a few times, grooms a bit, and flies back to do her incubation duties.
Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and post any comments you have down below.